All right, so politics, patient ombudsman, now you're back. And
Yes.
you're not running in Whitby because
That's right.
after you left, there was a by-election.
Yes.
And your friend Lauren Coe, who's a PCMPP now,
Yes.
won the riding. Now you're running in Newmarket-Aurora. So tell us a little bit about how the people in that riding are receiving you, what their issues are like, I'm assuming you're on a bit of a learning curve. They're getting to know you, you're getting to know them. Tell us how the people are reacting to your candidacy.
They have been extremely warm and welcoming. They're wonderful communities, both Newmarket and Aurora. And I feel very comfortable there too. So during the leadership campaign, people were asking me where I was going to run. And my answer was always that it has to be a place that, first of all, wants me, but also where I feel that I can make a meaningful contribution as an MPP. And so, so far, things are good. People are very welcoming. But I also see Newmarket-Aurora as being a very similar riding to Whitby-Oshawa in the sense that it came from agricultural roots, and then had a large automotive connection, Magna in Newmarket-Aurora, General Motors in Whitby-Oshawa. They are shrinking some of their operations, and so there's a need to take a look at how do you expand the economy with new technology and what's the next step. And so those are the things that I'm used to dealing with. There's a large number of people that commute from Newmarket-Aurora downtown, very similar to Whitby-Oshawa. And there's also a need, as it's such a fast-growing community, to keep up the social services that are necessary. So making sure that healthcare services in particular can meet the needs of a growing population. So those are all issues that I feel very comfortable in dealing with and advocating for, and something that, should I have the honor of being elected there, that I would go to Queen's Park and mention vigorously.
Okay, so you're being well received there, which is great. And I guess the explosive growth, see, people in downtown Toronto, we tend to think of the 905 as this sort of monolithic, it's all the same. So there are some similarities, but every community is unique.
Yes, everyone is different, and Newmarket-Aurora, while it feels very familiar, it's not Whitby-Oshawa, and I have a lot to learn. So I'm getting to meet people who are in government, in businesses, on the main street, just wanting to talk to everyone to find out what their concerns are, to make sure that I can address them and that people will know when they go to vote on June 7th what I stand for and what I can do to help them.
Great. And you've now opened your campaign office, I think, just the other day?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
We're opening it tomorrow. Yes, we're still getting things set up, but we're ready to go. We have
Signs
some
are in.
literature. We've got signs. We're ready to start knocking on doors.
You got your campaign team together and it's all in place?
I do, yes. I have a wonderful campaign team that's sort of a mixture of people that help me on my leadership, and also people from Newmarket-Aurora that know the area well and know where we should be canvassing and what we should be focusing on. So I'm very happy to consult with them and rely on their expertise and knowledge.
So there'll be some local people, and as you mentioned, you've been in politics. When did you first get elected? 2006. Okay, so you have a bit of a following. That was obvious in the events of the last couple of months. You're well known in the party. I've seen, for example, that you get invited a lot to other candidates to help them launch their campaigns and help them open their offices. So clearly there's people in that party, and I would dare say outside of that party, that hold you in high regard. Are you finding that the demands on your time manageable at this point, since you do have to get elected in Newmarket-Aurora?
It is a very busy time because I do have a lot of work to do in the riding that I'm running in Newmarket-Aurora, but I also want to help the other candidates as much as I can, and a lot of them help me on the leadership campaign, and I want to be able to show a little bit of gratitude to them and help them to the extent that I can. And it's a really wonderful group of people. We have a really diverse team of candidates that reflect the communities that they come from. And they have a lot to offer in terms of their professional expertise, and I really hope they all get elected. But
Win them all.
I'm not sure that's going to happen, but no, they've got a lot to offer and would form a fantastic government.
All right, and just before we go to break, because we're going to take a quick break, can you share with us, if to the extent that you can, what you're hearing at the doors, what you're hearing from people in Newmarket-Aurora, or even when you go into these other ridings to help other candidates. What's on the public's mind right now?
I hear that people want change. I hear that people are not happy with the direction that the Wynne Liberals have taken. They're very concerned about the spending that's going on, which would be okay. I know the federal government did that in 2008, 2009, but that was to move the economy forward. What I see right now is spending just to get different groups of people to vote for you, and that is financially irresponsible in my view, and we don't have that kind of money. We're in a very deep financial hole right now, and we've got to wake up and start spending money only on the things that are absolute priorities, things that are going to move our economy forward, things that are going to help the people that need help, and that's all we have right now. We can't keep spending money we don't have. We're already spending $12 billion just on interest on money that we've borrowed, $1 billion a month, which is going up day by day. We've got to stop that.
So you're finding that people do have the deficit and the province's finances kind of top of mind when they talk to you? They're concerned about that?
They are, because what they're saying is they keep hearing that there's free childcare and free healthcare provisions, pharmacare for young people. But we all know nothing in life is free, that someone is going to have to pay for it, and it's going to be our children and grandchildren. I have 3 millennials, 27-year-old sons, and I can't bear the thought that they're not going to have the standard of living that we've all been able to enjoy, because they are going to be hampered by the spending decisions that this government's making, and a huge debt that they will never be able to get out from under. And that's, when I speak to people at the doors, that's what they're talking about.